Okay, so in this case study, we're going to go over how we did $1,023,471.70 in sales from one webinar. So we sell high-ticket consulting packages from an automated webinar. People click on one of our ads, they register for our webinar, they watch the webinar, then they apply to work with us, and then somebody on my team calls them up, and we close them up on an $8,000, $15,000, or a $25,000, essentially how to market online, coaching packages over the phone. So before I get into the case study, if you don't know who I am, a little bit about me. My name is Mike Bontempo. I've been marketing online for 9 years, and we've spent millions of dollars of our own money and millions of dollars of our clients' money on paid advertising, including obviously Facebook, Google, YouTube, Taboola, Yahoo, Gemini. We've spent a ton of money on advertising, and this is all we do every single day. So let's go over the key metrics to this campaign. Okay, so we spent $122,405.28 spent on ads. We got 139,566 website clicks. We got 25,000 leads. Our cost per website lead was $4.88, and then our cost per book call was $65, and then we averaged $365 per booked call. So for each book call, we made around $365, which is pretty good. Okay, so our total sales was $1,023,471.70. Now, we picked up a ton of low-hanging fruit with a $5 front-end funnel that we used to retarget people who didn't book a call in the first 45 days. So essentially, people that, didn't want our high-ticket product, we retargeted them with a $5 front-end funnel, and then we had 4 upsells from there, and that added a ton of revenue, around 30%, to the overall sales, and we saw a 9x ROI on this, and I'm going to go over the whole ads process behind this. So the actual tech stack that we use for this, we use ClickFunnels for the webinar. ClickFunnels has just been very easy to use. It integrates with everything. We really love it. Then we use ActiveCampaign for segmenting people depending on what they did. So you want to have different automations set up for people depending on, if they watched 50%, if they saw the offer, if they clicked book a call. You do not want to put people that attended the webinar for a minute in the same bucket as the people that have watched 50% of your webinar. If your webinar is, 2 hours long, then, if somebody's watching an hour-long video of it, that means that they're pre-sold enough to send them back to the book a call page. Then we use Plus This to actually integrate everything. So Plus This, plus Wistia, plus ActiveCampaign, which was able to tag people depending on how much of the webinar they've watched, and we were able to put them in the different buckets. Then we use Schedule Once to book calls, which integrates with Zapier, so we can segment people even more. So Schedule Once, when somebody books a call, we're able to send them over to Zapier, which will actually send them over to ActiveCampaign to segment them into a completed registration automation follow-up sequence so we can pre-sell them even more. And then we use Wistia, which automatically sends event tracking stats to Google Analytics, so you can see how many people are watching 25%, 50%, 75%, and 100% automatically, and then you could take those audiences and you can upload them to Google AdWords and YouTube. So the major keys to scaling. So finding the right creative. So we test a ton of videos that we create in Camtasia, and that's mainly what we do internally and for our clients. Every now and then we will test just regular image ads, but we like videos a lot. Then we use Google Tag Manager, which allows you to drop pixels depending on how much the prospect has consumed. So if somebody's watched 50% of the presentation, they get put in an audience. If they've seen the offer, they get put in an audience. If they've clicked add to cart or book a call, they get put into an audience. And then you're able to create lookalikes of people that have watched 50% of the webinar, that saw the offer, that clicked the book a call, or clicked add to cart. And these lookalikes are very, very good because Facebook is going to go out there and create audiences that match the people that have clicked book a call, that have saw the offer. They're going to have the same characteristics as those people, and you're going to get high quality leads. So scaling Facebook, okay? Now, a lot of marketers out there, when they try to scale Facebook, it does not work. And here's the reason why. Facebook has an algorithm, okay, that essentially goes out and finds the best people for your allocated budget. So if you have an advertising budget, let's say you have an ad set that's spending $100 a day, if you go out and you bump it to $200 a day, it puts the algorithm back in a learning phase, and now it's going to go wacky, and your cost per acquisition, whether that's leads, complete registration, sales, is going to go through the roof. So what we do is we bump it by 15 to 20% of the budget at a time. So if you have $100 as your ad set budget, you would bump it to $120 for the day. You would see how that does, and then you could actually bump it to $140, $145 to the next day. If you bump your budgets too fast on winning ad sets, it's going to screw up the algorithm. Your cost per acquisition will go through the roof, so don't do that. Now, the second thing you can do is you can duplicate winning ad sets. Now, you can duplicate them at a higher budget, or you can actually have multiple ad sets at lower budgets instead of one big ad set at a high budget. And so, and this is how we do it, and we found it to work a lot better because Facebook is looking to get you the best results for that type of budget. So if you have $1,000 to spend a day across a campaign, we'd rather have 10 ad sets at $100 a day than 2 ad sets at $500 a day. Because if you have a higher budget for that ad set, Facebook is going to go a little bit broader to find the right people for the objective you're optimizing for, whether that's leads, sales, complete registration. So we've seen better results, cheaper leads, cheaper cost per sale just by having multiple ad sets, and literally the ad sets are exactly the same. All you're doing is you're duplicating them, than rather just having 1 or 2 big ad sets. We don't want to have a big ad set at $1,000 a day. We've found that Facebook just goes out there and the traffic isn't as targeted. We'd rather have 10 ad sets at $100 a day. Same thing as if you were going to spend $100 a day. We'd rather have 10 ad sets at $10 a day, or 5 ad sets at $20 a day instead of 1 ad set spending your whole allocated budget of $100. So let's go into video creative. So we actually created this video in Camtasia 9. If you don't have it, if you have a PC, I highly recommend Camtasia 9. If you have a Mac, ScreenFlow works well. So we use caricatures to get high click-through rates in the internet marketing niche, in lawn care, dentistry, real estate, for doctors we run ads for. We run ads for a ton of different clients, and we've always found caricatures give very, very high click-through rates. Now, we like to have our ads 1-to-1, 1200 by 1200. As you can see, it takes a little bit more real estate up in the news feed. Then we do a quick voiceover, essentially telling them, hey, go register for our webinar, go sign up for whatever it is that we're advertising. We have a red background because it stands out, and then usually we do the ads, they're 15 seconds long. Now this does 2 things. We want to keep it short because it works, and the second thing is if your ads are 15 seconds or less, you can actually run advertising in Instagram stories, and the CPMs, which means cost per thousand, is a lot cheaper, so you can get very cheap leads there. So we like to test 5 right out of the gate. So this is actually one of our ads that we run for a real estate client, and essentially it's the Trump and his running mate Mike Pence essentially, playing guitar and running the drums. Now, this obviously does well because real estate, Trump was in real estate, and love him or hate him, it gets a lot of attention. This is one of our best ads. So, we just put this headline up there, we added these 2 emojis, and essentially it's them, strumming along and, playing music. So we use weird images / GIFs that are eye-catching, and, all we want is attention, and the ad copy that we actually run gets, it pre-sells them on actually, opting in or purchasing. Then we use long copy with emojis. So long copy like this, we throw in some emojis in there, and then we like to have multiple calls to action. Now, if you're not running emojis right now, if you want a quick up boost in click-through rate, emojis work. They've gotten higher click-through rates every single time we've tested them, and we like to have multiple calls to action in the copy, and long copy is outperforms short copy 95% of the time for us, just because you're able to pre-sell the prospect before they actually land on your website. Now, placements that do well. We like to include all placements except audience network, native, banner, and interstitial. Okay? The only time we include all placements is retargeting, since the visitor has already seen your website, the content, etc. When you're running audience network, rewarded video, and in-stream videos, they do fine. But mobile does well, desktop does well. I usually keep all of these placements all together, and the only thing that I take out is the native, banner, and interstitial. That's the only box I uncheck, and the rest of them I run. Marketplace, right-hand column, you want to essentially run everywhere. Facebook's algorithm is very smart, and if mobile is doing the best, it's going to run mobile for you. If desktop's going to do the best, it's going to run desktop. So we don't like splitting up placements. We like to have essentially run of network to scale up. Now, make sure you use the same post ID when you're duplicating the ads. You want to keep the social proof on the ad. So you can actually click preview, and then you can preview your Facebook post, and at the end of that URL is the actual post ID, and then you can set it up with the ad. Keep the social proof on the ad. So when you're duplicating, don't just duplicate the ad, make sure you're keeping the social proof. You're going to get higher click-through rates, better opt-ins, cheaper cost per acquisition. Now, carousel ads work great for retargeting, especially when you have a bunch of testimonial videos from your customers. If you're selling a $997 product on your webinar, going back to an add to cart, have a carousel ad essentially with 3 video testimonials of your customers saying how great it was. If you're going back to a book a call, the same thing applies. If you're selling a $5,000, a $10,000, a $25,000 product, you want your customers to do the talking for you, okay? And then finally, make sure to create audiences of people who have watched 50%, 75%, and 95% of your video ads, and then you could run retargeting back to them. So that's another big piece that video ads allow you to do. If somebody watches 50% of your video ad, but they don't opt in, you're able to essentially create an audience and go back and retarget them. And we get very, very cheap leads, very, very cheap, registrations, sales, all of that. Now, going to Google Tag Manager. Google Tag Manager allows you to drop pixels depending on how long someone consumes your content. So you can actually see this. So when somebody watches 50% of our webinar, we're able to drop a pixel that's timer based, and we add them to our audience of people that have watched 50%. And then, people that have actually seen the offer, which is, right, so that's the replay, and then Facebook webinar saw offer, and then you're able to have different audiences. then you're actually able to have better tracking because you're able to see how people are consuming your content with custom conversions in Facebook. So you can create a custom conversion, and then you can have that column show up in your Facebook Ads Manager. So Google Tag Manager also allows you to create a lot better lookalike audiences. So Facebook will go out and find people who are most likely going to actually watch your webinar and book a call because they match the same characteristics of those in that audience. So if you have a bunch of people that have, saw 50% of your webinar, it's going to go out there and create an audience of, 2.2 million people that match the characteristics of those people, and they're very, very good audiences. So if you're not running those right now, highly, highly recommend it. Now, lookalike audiences. We created lookalike audiences of a bunch of different audiences. So attended webinar, 50% watched, saw offer, add to cart, complete registration. Those are a lot of the lookalikes that we do. Highly, highly recommend you run those as well. Now, retargeting on Facebook. We do multiple testimonial videos running to people who watched 50% of the webinar, saw the offer, visited the book a call page, and you can see we actually got 695 completed book calls from this one campaign for $15. Okay, so $15, and the lead quality is very, very high on this. Okay, straight off the webinar cost around $150 to get a book call. So that means that somebody clicked our ad, they opted into our webinar and actually watched it. We pick up so many booked calls from the retargeting, from the testimonial videos, from the product walkthrough videos, and when we were able to do that, we were actually able to drop our cost per book call down to $65. Okay, $65. Essentially, we more than cut it in half to get a book call. So if you're not running these audiences, you need to start. People that have watched 50% of your webinar, people that have saw your offer, visited the book a call page, and you're able to create these audiences off of Google Tag Manager. Now, you're actually able to take these audiences and go and retarget on Google Display Network. So you can retarget people that have watched 50% of your webinar, saw the offer, landed on the book a call page, and now you're able to start being more omnipresent. Okay, so we use text ads in one group, which has more volume, and these are essentially the text ads. So it's just an image of you, and then Google has a bunch of different placements for the text ads, and then we have another ad group, which is banner ads. And if you're going to do banner ads, at least do one placement, which is 300 by 250. 300 by 250 is going to get you the most impressions. Then, after 20 to 30 conversions, switch to target CPA so Google can do all of the optimization for you. Google's machine learning is extremely advanced, and it works great. It reduced our cost per book call by around 40% just by switching it to target CPA. So you can actually go, when you're setting up the campaign, you can choose that in your settings. Now, retargeting on YouTube. A 1-minute video of yourself works fine, okay? So if you're going back to a book call page, essentially focus on the benefits of actually booking a call. So we said, hey, if you want to actually learn how to build your own, marketing business, start selling products, and, work one-on-one with a team, book a call now. They essentially go book a call. And it works great. We picked up book calls for $30, and we used target CPA as well. And the audiences we targeted were 50% watched, saw the offer, and visited the book a call page. Now, omnipresence. You want to be everywhere your market is. Okay, so you want to run Facebook, Instagram, Google, YouTube, Twitter, and Taboola for retargeting. You want to be everywhere, so you want your prospect to essentially see your face everywhere and think, wow, this guy this company is everywhere. You're on Twitter, you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram, and they think that if you're everywhere, you must be spending a ton of money. But here's the big thing. You can start with $5 to $10 a day budgets on all of these and essentially be everywhere for your best prospects. So your 50% audience, your saw the offer audience, the people that have booked a call or visited the add to cart page, and you want to be everywhere. Okay, your cost per acquisition is going to come down, and you're going to pick up a ton more volume. Now the big question is, do you want my team and I's help to help you scale your business using Facebook, YouTube, and Google Ads? So, if you want my team to run all of your ads for you, you're going to get my full in-house agency that runs Facebook, Instagram, Google, YouTube, Twitter, and Taboola ads. So we do all of the optimizing, all of the ads, all of the reporting, the suggestions to your funnel, like I said, with Google Tag Manager, integration, stuff like that. So we create all of the ads in-house. We have an in-house video marketing team that creates killer video ads, just kind of like the ones I showed you. And then the types of funnels we specialize in are webinar funnels, so booked calls or straight to cart is fine. We have e-commerce clients, any type of e-commerce funnel store we can tackle. Regular video sales letter or text sales funnels is fine. And then we also can do brick and mortar. The only time we could do brick and mortar though is if you have a high earnings per client. So if you have clients that are worth $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, if you own a dentistry, you're a doctor, you're a surgeon, we can also work with clients like that. So we set up all of the tracking. We use Google Tag Manager to create your best audiences. Like I said before, the 50% watch, the saw offer, clicked over to the book a call. We also recommend using Wicked Reports. So if you don't have this, you're going to want it. It directly integrates into Facebook, Google, and your CRM to fully attribute, sales and leads to each ad. So the qualifications that you actually have to meet, you need to be able to spend at least $50 a day on ads. If not, you will not be a fit. Please do not book a call. You're not going to be allowed to work with us. We ideally like to work with people who have a funnel already set up. If you have metrics and you want to scale, that is going to work. If you don't have a funnel, it's kind of hard for us to work with you. And then you have to be open to suggestions. We've been doing this for 9 years. We run hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in ad spend. We give our clients a ton of feedback on their funnels, from upsells, email sequences, tracking, stuff like that. So everything that you're going to get completely done for you: Facebook, Google, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter ads. So we do all of the ad copy, the creatives, tracking, etc. We do all of the optimization. We help you set up and test the best landing pages for maximum conversions. We set up Google Tag Manager for you. So we set up all of your GT tracking to create highly targeted audiences, plus which will cut your cost per acquisition in half. Then we finally give you weekly reports on how you're doing, including cost per lead, click-through rate, earnings per lead, earnings overall, etc. And then you get bi-weekly meetings, which is going to help you scale up. So you're actually going to jump on a call with me. We meet with you every 2 weeks to go over what we need to do to help you keep growing your business every single month. Okay, so with all that being said, I wanted to show you this video that Jason O'Neill, the CEO of Ecom Solutions, has to say about working with our team.
Hello, my name is Jason O'Neill. I am the founder and CEO of a software company in the e-commerce world, and I wanted to give a shout out to Mike Bontempo. Mike is amazing, by the way. So if you're a business owner and you're looking for someone that can help you expand your business, get more leads into the front end of your funnel, and really optimize the funnel for conversions and get people to the finish line to help you grow your business, Mike is the guy. I've been working with Mike now for a little bit, about a month, I would say, and I've been running Facebook ads internally myself, and had people on my staff doing Facebook ads for the last several years, and Mike has literally come in week 1. He was able to cut our cost per new person into our funnel in half, right? We went from $8 to $4, and he continues to work on optimizing that to keep getting it lower and lower and lower. And beyond just the front end stuff that Mike does to help us get people at the top of our funnel, he's amazing at understanding the total flow of an entire advertising and funnel to the end, to where someone ends up, buying your product, right? That's the end goal, is to get someone all the way to the end of buying your product. So even though Mike might be a little bit younger of a guy, I think he's in his maybe early to mid 20s. He's got years and years of experience. I've known Mike now for a couple years. I met him through a mastermind that cost me $25,000 to be in, to meet people like Mike. So Mike's been in several of those. So it goes beyond just his understanding of marketing funnels. He's got this Rolodex of people. He knows so many different people that, hey, you need someone that can help you write some copy, talk to this guy. Hey, you need someone that can help you set it up in Infusionsoft or whatever it is that you use for your CRM, use this guy. Mike's amazing. Like, I love working with Mike, and the value that I've gotten just working with him goes so far beyond. Like, I would have paid him $25,000 to be in his mastermind, to pick his brain, to learn how funnels work, and he doesn't do it for that. So I'm telling you, like, if you are looking for someone that can help you build your Facebook ads, build your advertising campaigns, I believe that he's also really good with Google and the retargeting side of Google. So Mike is the guy. I mean, I can't say enough good things about him. If you're a business owner and you need someone that can help you build your Facebook ad campaigns and build out your funnels and really understands conversions at a high level and metrics and optimizing things, Mike's the guy. Reach out to him, do business with him. I hope this helps you if you're in the process of making a decision, because I know a lot of people are out there promoting themselves as ad agencies. I talked to a lot of people before bringing Mike on board for our company, and I realized that, hey, I have more experience than that person has. With Mike, it's not that way. Mike's been doing this. He's a true practitioner. He really understands the business of Facebook ads. He understands the platform at a high level. Can't recommend him enough. He's amazing. You definitely need to go with Mike. He's awesome. So thank you, Mike. I appreciate you. And let me know if you need anybody to reach out to me. I'll be happy to endorse you to them personally too.
So if you want us to run all of your Facebook ads, all of your YouTube ads, your Google ads, and help you scale up to, past $100,000 a month, click the button below to book a call, and someone from my team will reach out at your specified time, okay? Like I said before, make sure that you're able to spend at least $50 a day on ads, and make sure you're ready to scale, and my team's going to help you out. So click book a call right now, and someone from my team will reach out. Talk to you soon.